is a great car though, man. I love this car. It'd be a great daily driver if you lived in the city and you had to have an automatic. You know what I mean? Because it does.
It's a really good daily.
Shifts are crisp. Look, there's an E90. Boom!
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many cars for the money that like I would have to consider before buying this car. Joe, would you rather have an E90M, E92M, whatever?
Yeah.
An E46M?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
You'd rather have both of those in this car?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm more, because this car is like, I feel like it's a fake, it's not an M car. It doesn't have any of the crazy body stuff. It literally has like a front bumper and
Feel that, bro?
lip spoiler.
It's legit fast.
Okay, but I'd rather have an E90M because it's faster.
E90M is faster. E46M is probably the same speed as this car.
Yeah, but it's more, it has more character. This car I feel like doesn't have any character. It's not a real M car because it still has the BMW number. If it doesn't say M and then the first number.
It does say M. This one says
I know, but it says M235, which doesn't make it a true M car. It means like it's kind of a half daily, half M.
So you're saying it's a
full
poser M car?
Kind of, yeah.
See, I don't feel that way. This is the first car that's got an M badge that I felt isn't a poser M because the performance the performance is ridiculous, dude.
Okay,
it's
but
so fast and it handles so well.
They just put an M badge and some extra horsepower in the 2 Series. That's what they did.
I don't know if I agree with you there. I think I get what you're saying about the M badging and all that stuff. It is kind of a poser, but I definitely wouldn't call it a poser. And I also agree with you that I'd rather have an E46 M3, an
Or
E90. So the question is, after driving the 2 and the 1 back to back, basically, last week I spent a lot of seat time in the 1 Series, and I've driven this car a few times. I would definitely take the 1 Series. It just felt a little more raw. It has nothing to do with the steering, because this electronic steering is awesome. They figured it out. I'm not going to cry about it at all. And for those that do cry about electronic steering, just go drive one of these. It's awesome. And I did like the dual clutch better in the 1 Series. I like the 1 Series overall better. First of all, because of the aesthetic. Second of all, I like the dual clutch if I'm going to go automatic. But, of course,
never buy a BMW that's automatic. Boom.
All that he just said. Never buy a BMW that's automatic.
Unless it's a wagon. We did have an E90.
We had an E91.
E91 wagon.
But those are super hard to find in manual. But these are dying too. I don't know what the take rate is on the 2 Series manual versus a 2 Series auto, but it's probably like 80%, 90%. I don't know, man. It's probably a lot. This is a pretty super crazy car, man. This ZF 8-speed, first of all, is God's gift to torque converters because it's the best automatic transmission ever. And the shifts are really crisp. I don't think it's available with a dual clutch anymore because this transmission is so good. So the 135 I drove last week had a dual clutch in it, and that was awesome. And I love the 1 Series. I actually like the 1 Series aesthetically better than the 2 Series. I do love the 2 Series. It looks great. But something about that old 1 that just kind of looks a little bit better. Which one do you like better looks-wise? The 1 or the 2?
Probably the 1.
Yeah, I dig the 1 also. So this is the same engine, N55. As the last generation 135. It's 320 horsepower, 330 foot-pounds. Crap ton of torque in this car. And when you got it in Sport Plus, every time you smash the throttle in first and second gear, it just wants to go sideways. Like, this thing is really powerful, man. 0 to 60, 4.2 seconds. Quarter mile into 12s at 109, 110 miles an hour. This thing is legitimately fast.
Yeah, it's
like,
quick. It's quick.
Yeah, like, you just don't need an M2. Like, I would be really happy with an M235. Of course, it doesn't have the big flares and the look of the M2, but man, I'll tell you what.
And the crazy front bumper and all the carbon, everything carbon.
I mean, I don't know about all the carbon, but it's still, you know, I think this car looks great. Especially if you get it in like Estoral blue, or this color's nice, man. The gray with the red.
They make Estoral in this car?
They totally make Estoral blue.
Really?
Yeah, they brought it back a few years ago.
It's one of my favorite BMW colors.
It could be my favorite BMW color.
Hellrot's insane.
Yeah, I like all the reds and blues. This ZF box is phenomenal. I will say, you pointed out that it's a little quiet, and I agree with you.
It needs an exhaust. It needs an intake and exhaust and a tune, and it'll be perfect.
Definitely needs an exhaust system. It's really quiet. What's the top speed on this car?
I don't know.
Did you look that up?
No.
I don't know if it's governed or limited to 155, but with 330 horsepower, 3,500 pounds, this thing is quicker than it should be. Like 0 to 60 in like 4.2 seconds. That's probably with the launch control. I haven't done the launch control in this car. I don't want to.
Why not?
Just because I don't like doing launch control in cars, man. It's just not something you do on the street all the time, and I feel like it destroys the transmissions, you know?
How?
Because it's really hard on them, man. It's a lot of abuse.
If it says it has launch control, then...
Alright, let's smash it. And, dude, the boosty in this thing, dude. It's fast.
Turbo gives it a lot of power.
All that torque down low. Let's go.
Turbocharged.
Man, when you put it in Sport Plus, it likes to hold those revs, dude. I dig it. I really love this transmission. Let's smash on it again. Super smooth. It's so fast. It's almost like cheating. It's like a little bit detached. It feels almost like a GT car, not a sports car. You know what I mean?
It does kind of.
Like it feels like a grand touring car. It's not like a hardcore sports car. I feel like to get
like
that
right in the middle.
Yeah, well, I feel like to get that vibe, you gotta get it with the manual. There's an Estoril blue one right there. Look, nice color, man. That is a good-looking car, man. It's a good-looking car. You know what would have been sick is if they would have made the 1 Series in Estoril blue. I would take a 135i in Estoril blue all day over a 2 Series.
But would you rather have a 1M or an M2?
I would rather have a 1M all day.
Yeah.
But the 1M is actually more money. Oh, wait a minute. Than an M2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather have a 1M all day than an M2.
Therein lies the point. So if you get this
You?
car...
Which one?
Is that a
1M?
question? Is that a question?
1M is pretty sick, yeah.
Is that a question?
Yeah, I love that 1 Series body. What's the chassis code on that? Like E87 or something? Or what is it?
Yeah, E87.
E87? I hope
the
that's not
wagon's-
wrong, but
No,
I
no,
do
it's
love
not.
an E87 car. Yeah, so overall, I think we would both take the 1 Series. I feel like a lot of people feel that way. The 1 Series was kind of the successor to the 2002, and I think they did a really good job of that.
'cause
They
it's
made
small.
it really small, yeah. Like, I don't even know that it's that much smaller than this car, but the proportions look really small. Like, if you see one, it looks small. And it's not like they're light or anything. Neither car is light. I don't know if this car, I think they're the same weight. They're about 3,500 pounds, so they're actually kind of porky. But the one definitely has that small look, like that aesthetic. It's small.
The 1 Series just does the justice to what BMW was going for. They were going to, like you said, kind of recreate 2002.
Yep.
This was to replace the 1 Series, and I don't think it did a very good job of replacing it.
But I wouldn't go that far. I think they did a great job. I think they just...
They did a good job on the car. They didn't do a good job, as they were saying, replacing the 1 Series.
I think they went more for a mass market appeal. You know what I mean? I think the 1 Series was kind of put out there to go after the true enthusiast, which is why the 1M is
Insanely expensive.
And I don't think
it hasn't lost any value.
they haven't lost any value. And I don't think the M2 is going to follow suit. I think they're going to depreciate just like any other M car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not going to demand more money like the 1Ms. They're going to be like the E46 M3 and the E90 M3. They're going to depreciate. They're going to be worth less money. But the 1Ms are going up. Like they're 55, 60 grand. Actually more than they cost new. I don't think that's going to happen with this car. I think the enthusiast market has spoken. I pretty much think the values of the 1M answered our question today. Right?
Yeah.
1 Series or 2 Series. Enthusiast-wise, 1 Series, mass market appeal.
Probably 2 Series.
Probably 2 Series.